Digital art. So your book talks a bit about the sort of journey towards digital art. And so I included here a couple slides about some of the early innovations that were made to create the tools, right, that would make digital art possible. And also some of the shows that were at museums celebrating, right, early art and technology. You notice in the early like the 60s, 70s, it was very much of interest to explore the idea of art and technology in the intersection, such as the show that was held at the LA County Museum of Art, which is what the LACMA means, the LA County Museum of Art. Or, thinking about innovations like computers. Here you have an early Apple computer. Sure, you're looking at this like, whoa. Well, my students see this and just go, oh my, wow. And I'm like, oh yeah, they were like pieces of furniture, And this isn't even early computers, right, which took up entire rooms of buildings. But these is like the first, personal computers. But those innovations lead to pieces like Paul Pfeiffer's, and they're discussed in your text. Again, you have some videos there as well. And what I like about Pfeiffer's work is that he explores a topic that doesn't usually show up in art very much, which is sports. You don't usually see a lot of art about sports, not really. And what he does is he erases things within the imagery. And so he uses the digital tools to take things out frame by frame and create these sort of haunting, weird, looping images. Such as Fragment of a Crucifixion, this one, which is very famous, where he took out everybody in the background and then just looped the player kind of doing this celebration dance, but it takes on this eerie hauntingness about what's been taken out in the background. So a lot of digital tools are about, taking things out, erasing things from the frame, and Pfeiffer is well known for that. And by the way, the Fragment of a Crucifixion is based off Francis Bacon, who was a painter in the 1950s. So, that's what the title comes from. Another digital artist that I like quite a bit is Cory Arcangel. And he works with video games and altering video games. So he did a lot of work with Super Mario Brothers, which was a staple when I was growing up. And he does things like take out all the scenery besides like the clouds, like you see here or whatnot. And he creates these massive installations where he takes out different things and alters the video landscape. And I think people like these works because they're familiar, they're nostalgic, but they're slightly off, right? They've been slightly edited. So it's fun art. It's something unexpected at the end of the day. Internet and interactive art. This is an interesting category because, again, it's constantly in flux, as I mentioned at the top of the lecture, especially internet art. And internet art has made us ask an interesting question as art historians or gallerists, curators, about how do you own this stuff? Can you own these things? And then, for artists, can you get paid, right? So there's some interesting questions there that one has to ask with internet art that I'm not sure if we've figured out yet how to answer them. The internet art I picked for you is Swarm Sketch. They talk about it in your book as well. There's a lot of different interactive things online, but this one's fairly stable. And it's a drawing program where you can collectively contribute to the drawing. So if you go to Swarm Sketch right now, they should have a drawing up and they'll ask you to contribute to it. They call it contributing a line. So they would say, contribute a line right to this drawing. And so you would add your line in. And the idea is that supposedly the community votes on your line. Do they like your line? Do they not like your line? So it's kind of a fun interactive kind of piece. And then the final interactive piece I'll show you is Pope's Bitfall. I like ending here because it's a great intersection to me of art and technology and how you can use the internet to make art. What Pop does with this is he basically has a computer linked to this mechanism that spits out the water that you see here. And it's always running like a search engine for commonly searched terms. And the words that are being spit out by the water is things that people are searching online. So he talks about how this is a very up to the moment art piece because it's constantly telling you public opinion. And I like how the word is opinion. So it's an interesting intersection between art, display, technology, interactiveness, and the internet. So good place to end the lecture, I think.